so you're back at work and you're already having a tough time, right? Because your job is a difficult one. Well, try this for size. You're a cop in the rape, murder, and assault epicenter of an impoverished area in a part of the country that only ever grabs headlines for the wrong reasons. We thought we'd begin this year by honoring the bravery of one police officer who has done an outstanding job in the past year. Warrant Officer Sonwabile Dlomo is a detective in the Serial and Electronic Crime Investigations Unit in Zwelitsha in East London. This is in the Eastern Cape. Listen to this. He's secured 23 life terms and 594 years behind bars for 16 rapists in the last 19 years he's been in SAPS. His latest arrest led to the conviction of Zwelitsha, a serial rapist who has raped a total of 13 women, the youngest of whom was a 13-year-old child. We want to know what he is getting right that perhaps so many others are not. Welcome to our program, Sonwabile Dlomo. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much for having me, Bongani.
I'm told you wanted to be a police officer from a young age, starting in primary school. Why?
Yes, I was in primary school when I wanted to be a cop. I remember my father's vehicle was stolen and then it was recovered, but the guy was never sentenced for that case. So I told myself that, no, man, I can do this. I want to do it for people who are in desperate need of justice. So that is when I decided, no, I wanted to be a cop.
All right.
Still in primary at the time.
And has being a cop everything you thought it would be?
No, there are a lot of challenges. There are really a lot of challenges, and you meet different people.
Yeah,
you understand. So it is not what I thought it would be.
I mean, you work in one of the roughest neighborhoods in the country. How tough do things get? Talk to me about these challenges.
It is very tough. Crime in our country it's getting out of hand. You understand, especially with gender-based violence cases. I investigate cases of rapes, of which those cases are very serious and very traumatic to the victims.
Yeah.
Of those offenses.
What's the worst you've dealt with?
Gang rape. I remember in 2012, I was still at the unit and I investigated a gang rape. A lady where she was raped by 5 guys. She was with her boyfriend, coming from her home, going to her boyfriend's house, where she met 5 guys in an area called Steve Vugile. So those 5 guys, what they did, they put the boyfriend. They told the boyfriend to lie down, and then they put the victim on top of the boyfriend. So they took turns in raping her. So that was very traumatic for that victim, and it was a very horrible incident. So. And
did we get a conviction in that case?
Yes, we did get a conviction. We managed to arrest 3 of the guys, but we couldn't get of the
other
guys
2.
Yes.
Goodness me.
We managed, yeah.
So let's talk about when a case like the Zwelitsha case lands on your desk. I mean, this is a man who conducted a reign of terror. We're talking multiple rapes, robberies. He was a guy who used to wear a balaclava to hide himself, reportedly carried a bush knife, a dangerous knife, and a firearm when he attacked his victims. But you don't have a name, you don't have a face. How do you begin to investigate?
In cases of Zwelitsha came to South Africa illegally from Lesotho nationals. So when he arrived in South Africa, he came to a place called Jupetina in 2015. So there in Jupetina, he raped 4 victims in Jupetina, and then he moved from Jupetina to Ado, to a place called Ado in PE. So what he did, he normally wears a balaclava. So his victims could not identify him. What he does, he wait for them in the farm areas drag them to the orchard, and then rape them. And then at Ado, he changed the time of rapes. In a place called Zwelitsha, he was only raping during the day. When he went to Ado, he changed the times. He had raped at night. So when he rapes his victim, he will tell the victim that I'm teaching you a lesson, that this time of the night, it is our time, not your time. So I'm teaching you a lesson not to walk at night.
Gosh.
Yes.
So, I mean, how did you even piece together that you were dealing with the same perpetrator? Because the modus operandi sounds like it had changed.
Yes. What happened is he was not identified in those cases of Zwelitsha from 2015 to 2017. Ne? So in 2019, he moved to a place called Ado, where he continued his raping people. So in 2019, he was arrested when he raped a 13-year-old girl. So at that time, he was not wearing a balaclava. So the girl did identify him, but because of there was not enough or strong case to prosecute him, he was released pending investigations. So after 2019, he continued his reign of terror up until 2022. And then the DNA database identified that this guy is linked in 10 rape cases from Zwelitsha and also Ado. So what I did when I received these cases and also the DNA lead from the database, I checked that he stopped it in 2020. So I asked myself, what was he doing in 2020? Because I received these cases in 2022. So I asked myself, what was he doing at this time? Why did he cool off? So I went back to the station at Ado just to check if there are any more cases with the same modus operandi.
Yeah.
With the same modus operandi. So I identified the 3 cases, 2021 to 2022, December, with the same modus operandi. So I took those 3 cases to the lab and asked the lab if maybe they can link this guy.
Make some connections, yeah.
Make some connections. So the lab, they gave me the results. Say, now this is the same guy who raped in 2019. Because in 2019, his DNA was taken, and so that case was waiting for DNA results.
So on the strength of all that evidence, you got him arrested again?
Yes, we got him arrested in 2023 in April.
Was he hard to find?
Yes, because the guy is a foreign national and he had no exact address where he stays. So together with the detectives from Ado, we managed to arrest him on April in 2023.
So what it shows, if nothing else, is commitment to a case and the idea of looking for what you are not told to try and connect the dots.
Come again, your line is not...
I'm saying your story demonstrates commitment as an investigator and looking for more than what is on paper, for more than what you are told.
Yes. When you're doing these cases of serial, you don't have to just take the what is given to you by the database. You have to spread your net, because you know some people they report the cases very, very late. So maybe you'll find out that the victim was not taken to the hospital because he reported the incident very late. So what I wanted to do, I just wanted to go to the station and check out the modus operandi on that is similar to the cases that I had on my table at that time.
What was Lichesa's conviction?
He was sentenced to 6 life terms in prison and 90 years for rape, 120 years for robbery with aggravating circumstances, and 5 years for robbery common.
Does that kind of sentence satisfy you?
I am not satisfied because I was looking for more. Because remember when he was arrested in 2019 for a rape case, the guy continued to rape. You understand?
Yeah. So you shouldn't have been released at that point.
Yeah, because of lack of evidence at the time, because there was not enough evidence to put him inside. So he was released pending investigations. So that is why I'm saying that he knew in 2019, he knew that he committed an offense of rape, but he continued doing these deeds up until 2022.
So, Nobile, how do you feel in a country where gender-based violence, as you've said, is such a big issue? How do you feel when officers are criticized at times and accused of failing to perform their duties? How does that sit with you?
That does not sit well with me, Bongani. It is very, when you listen to this, to our clients, when they give you their story, what happened to them, it is heartbreaking. And then you get people criticize police. I always encourage my colleagues to do what they are taught in the college, the basics of investigations. They will never go wrong if they stick to basics.
Well, listen, we thought we would highlight your achievements, your story, your dedication. We want this kind of thing to be sung from the rooftops to encourage other officers to follow in your footsteps, because for so many of us, we think that justice is for sale, that officers are for sale. You are clearly not, and it's exactly the kind of thing we want to hear. Congratulations on all your work, and we look forward to watching your career as not only you nab more, but you encourage others to do the same. Detective Sonwabile Dlomo there, a detective in the Serial and Electronic Crime Investigations Unit in Zwelitsha in the Eastern Cape.
Current events, developing stories,
tough questions,
your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.